Hey everyone, it's Michelle, author of the Anti-Marketing Manifesto, How to Sell Without Being a Sellout. I want to make a public declaration on this YouTube channel just for accountability purposes. I am committing to making videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I've struggled with consistency on that in the past, so I just want to put that out there that that's my goal. That's what I'm committing to. It's really hard for me to consistently make videos. I just always find some excuse not to do it. So I want to face that head on and put out more ongoing content on a consistent basis. So that said, I want to talk about it as a subject that I think is really interesting. And I have this mentor, you could say, who says, get rid of all your weaknesses. And I think that is such a cool idea. So all of us have probably been sold the idea to just focus on your strengths, like just gloss over your weaknesses and focus on your strengths. And I don't think that that is actually empowering us to be the best that we can. If you have weaknesses, like just for example, like if you're carrying too much fat on your body and you haven't mastered your physique, that could be seen as a weakness. It's a sign that you're either like eating too much of the wrong foods, not working out properly, not working out enough. It's basically boils down to like a lack of self-control and possibly a lack of understanding of what to eat, how to eat. So it's a weakness. And I've just, for as long as I can remember, I would see these like gurus or anyone in leadership positions talking about anything. And I would see their rolls of fat underneath their shirts. And I'm just like, it's in the back of my mind, like, dude, you're fat, you're overweight, you're obese. And it is judgmental, but it's also factual. So if you eliminate that weakness, people can't see you as that. They can't listen to you and be like, well, you're overweight. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a weakness. And I'm like holding on to 10 pounds that I should get rid of. So I have that weakness myself. Another example is like debt. If you have debt in your life, that's a weakness. Any kind of debt, we've all again been sold this lie that debt is good, that leverage is good, that borrowing money is good. It's actually a weakness. And so like you're making payments, you're not like free of the payments. So it's a weakness. And another example is anger. If you get angry a lot, if things easily trigger you a lot and you just lose your shit over something, that's a weakness. If you get angry with your loved ones, if you get angry with total strangers, if you get angry about the mask shit like I do, that's a weakness. So in the context of business, a weakness might be not being able to connect with people. It could be anxiety about talking to people, customers, clients, to find out what they need. It could be like self-absorption, like you're more focused on yourself than on the client's needs. That would be a weakness. So in business, we also have these weaknesses, but usually we have them in our like non-business lives, which are actually very relevant to our business life, like your physique, your physical being, your emotional being, your financial wellness, all of that stuff really impacts your ability to be in business. Because in the back of your mind, you're going to have this idea subconsciously lacing everything you do and say. Like you're going to try to help someone, and in the back of your mind you're going to think, man, why should they even listen to me? I'm overweight, or I'm in debt, or I have anger issues, like whatever it is. And so to get rid of those weaknesses, to address them and conquer them is huge. Like that just frees up your energy and you're more congruent and you're more inspiring to people. So some people have like ego as their weakness, I think. Like it's a little tricky with that one because there's people that are just absolutely crushing it and they're doing so much right and they're making a shit ton of money and they're impacting so many people. And it's almost like okay, so their ego might be coming into it a little bit, but how are you going to coach that person on their ego if they're more successful than you or if they're impacting more people than you? So but I think everybody has a weakness, no matter what level you are, no matter if you're at the top or the bottom, we all have weaknesses. And to conquer those, to get rid of those is huge. It's huge in the sense of like personal development. And for me personally, like I just recently published my book a couple months ago, and I haven't fully promoted it yet. It's been selling some copies. I've done a couple little things to promote it, but I haven't like gone full out in promoting it. And I'm asking myself, why is that? What's going on with that? And it really is that in the past few months, I've looked at myself and I thought, I have all these weaknesses and I'm kind of embarrassed by some of them. I'm ashamed of some of them. Like people have shame and embarrassment and negative feelings about their weaknesses. And I thought, like, why should somebody listen to me if I'm fucking 10 pounds overweight? Why should somebody listen to me if I still have debt in my life? And that's blocking me from fully promoting this book. And I'll be totally honest about that. And so my challenge to myself is to conquer those weaknesses so that nobody has any of that on me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to like be my absolute best self so that I can inspire people to do the same. And I think that transfers like a clean energy to people instead of me having this thought in the back of my mind, I still have debt, or I need to lose 10 pounds, or whatever it is. And, so for you, what's the weakness that is bothering you, that is embarrassing you about yourself? Like, tackle it head on, right? Society has like trained us to just be complacent and to accept our weaknesses and to celebrate them. I think that's so unhealthy. It's like under the guise of niceness and compassion, but it's really not. Like all these people that are seriously morbidly obese, it's like they're walking around and they're just a sign of, I gave up. I stopped caring. I stopped taking care of myself. I just eat away every single emotion, every single problem. Fuck it. Like they're like walking billboards that say, fuck it, I'm done. And it's like, this is normal. This has been normalized in our society. And yeah, you could say that's judgmental, but it's factual. Like, what if those people lost all that weight, got down to their ideal physique, they gained all this energy, all this self-confidence, all this pride in themselves, and they were able to contribute more because they're not tired, they're not in pain, their joints aren't in pain, they're not embarrassed, so they're not like half-assing it and everything, and they're like confident so they can bring more of their gifts to the world. That's just food for thought. Society just teaches us, it conditions us to be okay with our weaknesses, and it encourages us to go deeper into our weaknesses. There's so many different kinds. Like, I just don't think that is empowering for us. So we need to be honest with ourselves, face our weaknesses, and attack them, conquer them, like find the information that's going to change it. Talk to somebody who has done it before. Get support, whatever support you need, like hire that person. If they have what you want, talk to them, hire them, pay them, and like change it. I think that's the way to change the world, is to conquer your own weaknesses. And it's a hard topic. Nobody wants to look at their weaknesses. Nobody wants to go that deep, right? Nobody wants to take responsibility for it. Everybody should have an amazing physique, I think. And, I have a pretty decent physique, but I know that there's more that I could be doing, and I could look better. And I don't look as bad as I did, like earlier this year when the gyms closed and I kind of puffed up. That was gross. Okay. That was gross. The gym shut down. I was still working out, but I was also eating a lot. And so, information came into my life that showed me I'm actually eating too much fat. I was eating a lot of healthy fat, but I was eating too much of it. And so, I began to take steps to correct that. So for everybody, it's different. Everybody has their own weaknesses. And I think it's up to us to eliminate them. And once you do so, you will become this radiant, confident person, and others will actually pay more attention to you because they can see you and they're like, wow, this person is just vibing high. And that's what a person who has conquered their weaknesses does. They vibe high. And that's like the best way to grow and promote your business, is to be that person that others look up to. Yeah, so I challenge you to look at your weaknesses, eliminate them. Pick one to start with, or maybe two. The ones that are really bothering you, start with those. And we can do this together. I'm working on my weaknesses as well. Get the right people around you, like people that genuinely want to see you progress and move forward and lift up, not people that want to drag you down. So yeah, be aware of that. Like, make sure you have the right people who are going to help you conquer your weaknesses. And I think that everyone can do this if they really, really want to. All right. Thanks for listening.